Hey, Roman here with Basic to Final. Welcome back, and in this Viper Bytes tutorial, we are hitting the books with performance data. Now, before you go ahead and click away, don't worry, we're going to make this video easy. Whether or not you want to calculate things like rotation speed and takeoff distance with charts, or use my Excel calculator, I'll go ahead and leave that one up to you. But in this video, we're going to walk through some of these pre-flight items and take a look at F-16 operating instructions to get you airborne safely. If we take a look at the publicly available Air Force operating instructions, or OIs for the F-16, we find in Chapter 2, Section 2.3 that we are required to compute a variety of items. Today I'd like to focus on a select few, which I think most players would benefit from. I also wish to highlight the fact that my Viper EFB project is capable of calculating the majority of these items at this time, and I do plan to keep improving it. More on that later. Okay, we are at Nellis Air Force Base. Outside air temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. Winds are light, 4 knots from the northwest. And we're going to plan for runway 03 left, fighter low departure with a flex turnout. 03 left is a 10,120 foot by 200 foot runway, an elevation of 1,833 feet MSL. Our jet weighs in at 27,681 pounds. With a captive AIM-9 and ASQ T50 pod, we have a drag index of 15. The first item we want to calculate is our takeoff factor. To do this, we enter the chart from the left at our outside air temperature. In our case, 27 degrees Celsius. We move right to the pressure altitude curve. In our case, we'll use 2,000 feet for Nellis. If we look straight down the y-axis, we can now read our takeoff factor from the bottom of the chart. We want to note our takeoff factor for both mil or max power takeoff. Our mil power takeoff factor is 2.8, and our afterburning takeoff factor is 1.7. To determine if a mil or afterburning takeoff is required, it's back to the operating instructions. Chapter 3, Section 3.6 outlines various conditions. Let's look at 3.6.6, which requires afterburning takeoff anytime the computed takeoff roll exceeds 50% of available runway. We need to calculate our takeoff distance. There is a simple chart for that. With our takeoff factor, gross weight, CG, drag index, runway slope, and wind, we can calculate our takeoff distance. With my Excel calculator, I calculated a takeoff distance of 3,897 feet. Now, we could look at a host of other calculations and charts, but I prefer to use Excel. Let's conclude with one final calculation, takeoff speed. In truth, this will be a 2-for-1 calculation, where we calculate our rotation speed, or VR, and our flyaway speed, or takeoff speed. With our gross weight, we enter the chart from the bottom, and we move upward to intersect the curve. If we look left along the x-axis, we read our takeoff speed. Using the notes at the top of the chart, we adjust this value. For our configuration, I have calculated a VR, or nose wheel liftoff speed, of 156 knots, and a takeoff speed of 166 knots. This has been a quick look at just a few of the numerous Viper performance calculations. As I continue with my Viper Bytes tutorial series, you can expect that we will address a variety of topics. Hey, do you want more no-nonsense Viper content without rambling 25-minute long videos? Do you think my videos are worth your time? Help us out by liking, commenting, or subscribing. We appreciate it. I'm Roman, and thanks for watching Basic to Final.